So I am the type of person that I do believe in just if you're going to be healed, that you need to be healed all the way. Like not trying to just look over stuff, but actually get all that stuff out your system so you can move on, you can move forward. And I know everybody may have their opinions about that. Some people are not really emotional like that. Like they don't really try to understand the feelings that they have. And they have others that they're a little bit too deep in their feelings, but which I can be like that at times. But what I'm saying is that you can be so deep into it that you really are not trying to find a way out. It's like you allow yourself to be held back by your emotions. But regardless of what side you stand on, if you're in the middle, where sometimes you overlook your feelings, and then other times that you're really just invested in wherever side you stand on, that we all are humans. We all have emotions. We all have feelings. We all have feelings. And I just don't believe there's one person that's earth is like a robot where they don't feel anything because the fact that you get to that point where you don't feel anything is that you made up in your mind that you were not going to that you're not going to deal with what happened to you. And you just think that if I stop thinking about it, if I stop talking about it, it's gonna go away. But yet it's still in your system, it's still in your heart. And what I'm learning just in my own experience and the stage of life that I'm at now is that you do have to deal with things. Because for you to let it go, I have to first acknowledge that it's there. I have to deal with it. Now, I understand that we don't always like to talk about certain things that happen to us, especially when it really did affected you mentally, it affected you spiritually, even physically for some people. And don't let me get started emotionally because some people they have shut down because of things that happen to them. And I can say that for myself that, when you once was this child that's very outgoing, that you love to talk, have conversation, and then you got to a period in your life where you start to really experience life and you start to encounter people that will put you down, talk about you. You don't have to do nothing to them, but they will try to do things to you just to get you off your path and make you feel a certain type of way. And sometimes that does mess with you in a way that you want to close your heart up. Like, man, I don't want to do anything. I'm not gonna try to just overextend myself. I'm not gonna try to go the extra mile. I'm gonna keep myself closed in this cocoon. Like I'm not gonna try to connect to anybody. I'm gonna stay to myself. And that's not, because somebody, because a person don't like people. It's because of disappointment. For my own spirits. So I understand how you get to a point where you just want to close your heart up because you have been disappointed too many times and you've been failed by people that you expect to be a friend or you expect these people to be respectful towards you or treat you right. So I totally can get how you can become so hurt over what family members do, what friends do, even with exes, people that are supposed to be close to you. I can totally understand that because it's a deep wound. It's a real hurt to go to, I guess, to be part of a community where you expect support and don't really get it. It is not always easy dealing with mistreatment or disrespect. It's not always easy dealing with that because you start to think that something is really wrong with you or that you really are not worth being a person that needs to be respected or you're not worth being treated correctly. And yes, I know what world I live in. I get it. We still, deal with racial conflict. We still deal with this gender war or whatever that is. We still deal with things that it just cause so much hatred between people. And that does, cause for mistreatment, cause for disrespect, cause for all those things to happen. And now we have people with broken hearts and broken souls. Confidence is broken. Self-esteem is gone because of things that have happened to them. And that does not mean that things cannot change.